Michael, Ariel, congratulations on your new short film, Meow.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Gig.
Thank you so much.
Hey, not a
Uh,
problem, not a problem. And I understand it's running currently at a film festival right now, right?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
correct. It
it's
premieres this weekend on the 24th at Norwich Film Festival.
That is pretty awesome. How do you guys feel about that?
oh I'm very excited. We already went to the film festival to see the 1922 Nosferatu last week because they screened it with an like live music uh added to it. We really wanted to see it, and we saw a bunch of other movies at the festival, met a bunch of other directors. It was super fun. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm mega
very, very
excited,
exciting.
and overall like excited for this film to get out. Like it's strange to it's very different, so it's always exciting to hear what people think about this kind of stuff, and to find people who are like-minded, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, most excellent. Well, let me start with this question is where the original idea came from for Meow.
We so we wanted to shoot something like quite strange and magical realistic in Prague because that's where I'm from, and um we were at the time trying to shoot a different film that we ended up shooting later because of the seasons, and instead we wanted to do this thing in Prague, and I saw these strange toilets that were situated in the walls of the town
The
river.
river. Yeah, built
Yeah,
into the banks of the river.
yeah, and there was I was a little high at the time, and I thought it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. And I went in and I asked the old lady who was chain smoking inside if I can shoot a movie in there with Ariel, and she was like, "Yep, come and do it."
Are these toilets public rest or not? Are they like private
Yes,
restrooms? Is that what?
exactly. No, no, they're
Yeah,
public. They're public. The public restrooms.
they're
Um,
free
yeah,
if
they're
you
free.
if you ever need to go.
They're free and they have what attendants all day taking care of the toilets? Is that
So
Yeah,
this is a thing.
exactly.
This is a
That's what's
thing that
so wonderful about this space, and it's also like a very European thing. You were going to say, right, Michael?
yeah, because I heard that in US you don't have people taking care of the toilets of the public toilet spaces, but
Which
in Europe
over
that's
here sounds
yeah.
incredibly barbaric. I mean, that no one takes care of those poor toilets. Yeah.
that's amazing that you guys actually have came up with an idea around toilets. But tell us how that actually evolved into hunchbacks and a cat per se.
Well, I think this is a so Michael likes thinking. I think it started. He likes thinking about Prague in a very kind of magical way, a little bit, or to kind of try to think of a city like that with its amazing backdrop and kind of without the normal people in the way that we usually live it, and to try to imagine it in a completely different world as the backdrop to a totally different story. And um, yeah, and we started thinking in that vein, and it just felt like these would be the only inhabitants. You'd have her, the toilet attendant, and then them, the hunchbacks. That's as far as the world extends, and of course, Meow in between them.
Yeah.
Now, I found this short film very interesting, and it's very likable because and it's different is because it's a non-spoken short film. Not to mention it reminds me of like you know the usage of like mimes in to display storytelling.
Sure.
Tell us about that.
It's a bit of like what was I gonna say? Um that we wanted to be a kind of to use kind of cartoon language to make this kind of physical performance work, and the closest thing that we had was where the cartoons where the coyote is rushing after its prey and falls off a cliff, and it's all unspoken. I also but then we also had like the ideas of like old German expressionist films and cinema that are like uh mostly in that vein too. So we wanted to mix this surreal German expressionism with some modern cartoon language. It was the idea.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you guys kept the cast small for this short film. Tell us about the casting process. I'm pretty sure that you had to move quick to get the short film made.
Yeah, absolutely. So we found Paige, our lead, through a friend who like posted about it on his Instagram, and we got a pretty good flood of people actually. We were also thinking about any actresses that we knew, but then we just really, really loved her audition, and it worked really phenomenally well because the whole film ultimately rests on that performance. Obviously the hunchbacks too, but it's that performance is the kind of emotional through line of the film. And yeah, it was a huge stroke of luck. And then Raphael, I think Michael, you've known him for a long time, right?
Yeah, me and Raphael met when we were both extras at the Wonder Woman 2 in London shooting. And I was a passerby in the Christmas market scene, and he was also. And and we both somehow realized that we were both Czech in the middle of all the madness. And yeah, it was
Yeah. And then
it
Raphael
was a chance
turns out
meeting.
exactly, but it turns out, he's a really wonderful RADA trained actor who like is a, like he's very much a professional. So it kind of worked really well, the whole thing.
Yeah, and we've been friends with Raphael ever since. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it became a very nice relationship on set with everyone.
Wow, that is wonderful. Does it take a certain quality of acting to do like non-spoken performances for like for your short film like this?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It takes, I mean, that's why we think a lot about like German expressionism also because the motions of the actors in that kind of style of film is a lot more exaggerated and it's more, yeah, expressive. They grow if their character's power is big and they kind of cower if it isn't, and they fear and they love and all of these things in a very, very kind of broad, I think very moving strokes. And Paige, for instance, was able to do that really, really well. She's done a bunch of clowning,
Mm,
which I think is really useful for this kind of role. And
mm.
Raphael also is like a very big physical performer. He loves the physicality and how the hunchback shuffles around and when they're scared, how he leans back when he runs. I mean, all of these things, I think, yeah, really make the film. Otherwise, you'd have kind of very little to read, no,
hmm.
in the
and
performances.
and and people, yeah, people nowadays, they learn so much about naturalism and naturalist acting, but the other part is very much like forgotten in modern cinema. So it's just nice to
Absolutely.
try to do something in the in more in more like symbolic, surreal, expressionist way.
Exactly. Yeah.
And even though you only have two actors in it, tell us about Raphael playing. I want to say multiple roles, but it's very similar roles because they're all hunchbacks.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was also very like we had them in different coats and hats, and we thought, this is gonna be interesting. It's just a bunch of hunchbacks all played by the same guy. and it's not going to be confusing at all. And
Exactly.
it is a little confusing, but um, we think that like all the hunchbacks are kind of like a hive mind of like this entity that tries to gain the attention of their beloved toilet attendant who they just want they're kind of salivating over, and which is also somewhat very cartoonish kind of idea. But it is like an idea of this longing and lust towards something or someone, same as like the toilet attendant has towards her cat that she's looking for, and she in the end uh you know realizes that her love towards the cat is also unrequited, same as the hunchback's love for her.
That is so true. Now, I also love the fact that this is like a love letter to Prague because you folks showcases the Gothic neighborhood of Prague. Tell us about filming in these neighborhoods and having your actors running down this cobblestone streets.
The street. I mean, it was very, very hectic. Especially because when we were shooting the climax of the film, the last scene, where our actress Paige has this huge kind of big emotional moment on in the kind of veranda outside the toilets. Um, it was Czech National Independence Day, so it was like flooded with tourists. There were literally about 100 people standing around us looking, as
Looking at the
she
cat.
looking at the cat and looking at Paige do her thing, and we were kind of screaming, "Oh, we're losing light, we have to go again," because we made it on film as well. So it was completely deranged, really. That shooting in such a public area of Prague, because it's right next to the National Theater where we
Mm.
shot it. Yeah.
Wow, that
And
yeah, go ahead.
oh yeah, it's just we yeah, I like the idea of the Prague city being like very like timeless, of like we did shoot some car scene, like there's some cars by accident that we couldn't get rid of, but overall like we like that Gothic kind of sense of the, I mean, I say Gothic, that's already not timeless, but if you know what I mean, it kind of like each part is has this
At
like
least
kind
stuck
of
in time. At least
ancient
stuck
kind
in
of
time, maybe.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuck in time, yeah. And a lot of the places, yeah, are we're just waiting for people to pass to like not catch any tourists in the video. And a lot of the places were very strange. Like the castle they run into, at least from the outside, is where my family was born. Or like, it's a nursing, what do you call it?
So it's a maternity hospital.
It's a maternity hospital
It's a
where
functioning maternity hospital.
where
Yeah.
everyone I know was born. So it's they're quite the strange locations.
And you guys mentioned that you even have to bring in a cat for this film. I thought it was just some footage of one of your cats just looking at.
No, no, it was
No,
actually
no, no.
standing.
We
That
brought
was
him in.
standing
We
there.
brought him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At first it was really scared to act because of all the tourists around. But then the owner was behind it the whole time, and when we said cut, he put it like to his chest, and it was gone. It was over. It was
yeah, I think he did a wonderful job in the end. He really
yeah,
rose to the occasion on the day, and yeah, really performed when he had to.
yeah.
That
Um, yeah.
that
But otherwise, the cat is very used to people. I mean, it's a very sociable cat.
that's pretty awesome. Now, how much thought did you guys have for the ending of this short film? Not to reveal because so this way people could actually you know
Yeah,
be
enjoy it.
yeah.
Mm. How much thought in like what way do you mean?
How did you want to end the film? thought you put into that?
Oh, a huge amount of thought. It's like this film totally builds up towards the ending. And yeah, it was we actually had the ending before we had most of the movie thought up, I think. Yeah.
So the movie is about kind of like living in loneliness and like accepting your own loneliness. And however strange the movie is, I think that's like the main emotional message of the film. So like to have that ending in like a strange way of the toilet attendant realizing her unrequited love was like a big emotional beat for us that we had before we were thinking about the other beats of the film.
Hmm.
Well
And then
said.
of course there's a climax with the hunchback and everything, but you just have to watch the movie to get all that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tell me about the both of you. How do you two met, and how do you guys end up working together on a film like this?
So, well, I'm from Czech, from Prague. Ariel is from Mexico City.
Hmm.
Uh,
Which is
and
opposite sides of the world.
yeah,
Yes.
and we
Yes.
we both met 2 years ago, in uh in Cambridge for a script writing masters, and we graduated in April, and we were in Cambridge. We were directing and writing a lot of each other's plays, and then we just started like writing movies together, and we made this independent production company, Three Penny Collective, that we started with another classmate, Ilya, and yeah, that's how it came about. We just started doing a lot of theater and film together this year. It's been crazy. We've done a lot
Yeah.
of lot
He's
of
done lots and
projects
lots of stuff. Yeah.
Most
and lots
excellent.
to come.
Sounds like there's lots to come. Are you guys planning to do feature films down the road, or are you going to stick in the short film arena for now?
Oh no, I mean, absolutely doing feature film is we'd absolutely love to do a feature film. We'd love to write a feature film, do all of these things, either write it or direct it, or hopefully both. And yeah, that's ultimately the goal. We're in the meantime doing some more short film stuff. The next one we've got lined up is a folklore horror film set in the Czech wilderness, to do with a pagan holiday about the goddess of death and winter, Morana. Um, so yeah, that's the next one. We've spent about a year working on it, and um, after Meow has had its time in glory, we'll we'll start hopefully releasing the second one.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of work ahead of you, and you guys doing a lot of projects. This film is it's delightful. It's very different, and I found it very humorous myself. And even my cat over here,
Thank you.
you know what?
Oh,
The, see a little bit
It's
more,
so
exactly our
what?
audience.
right?
Oh,
It's
what's
our
the cat's
audience.
name? That's our audience.
This is
What's its
Nina,
name?
Nina, sister.
Nina.
Nina.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's so
You have
cute.
to be the brother is somewhere around here too, Nino.
Nina and
Of course.
Nino.
Yes.
So, Ariel, Michael, thank
Is
you very
is
much
that like
for
small and small? I love it.
Yeah.
thank you very much
Uh,
for speaking to us about Meow, and hopefully down the road we'll circle back and do this again.
yeah, I'd
I'd
love
love
to.
love to do that. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
it's been a
great
pleasure, and
pleasure talking to
thank
you.
you for watching the film. And yeah, it's been wonderful speaking to you.
It is
All
wonderful
right,
to meet both of you. Thank you very much. Bye now.
Great. Thank you.
ciao,
Bye bye.
ciao.